Alright guys, today is the day. Got here early, had to organize and wait a little bit because this morning there was actually dew. Some of it's still burning off, but I've already got this. It's still only 70 degrees, if even that yet. Feels warmer because of the sun. But I got this side primered because this will be the hot side later. This side over here I'm going to leave till this afternoon because it's always shaded in the afternoon. So I got the front because that one is also super hot in the afternoon. So I got this all primered around the edge, down the edge. Now I'm going to start cutting fiberglass for that edge over there. And this is what I'm using. I did use Fiberglass site. It's fiberglasssite.com. They estimated what I needed for materials and sent it all. And it was a lot cheaper. Hardener. One of these videos I'll get a link to them. They made it easy to work with. I got 30 yards. I bought more than I should need. And I bought more resin because I'm going to take this air conditioner out, redo that. I got that patch thing on the front that I worked on this morning also while I was waiting for the dew to go away. So that's where I'm at right now. It is going to be hot. Well, not really. 82 or 81 for the high today. And it doesn't feel as humid. So I had a major learning curve. This stuff sets up so fast, and I had to figure a few things out. So I just got this part done. You can see the sun over there. It's about noon, so it's catching up on me. I should be good though. The temperature is still low. The sun bakes it, but I got it on there, and it's been on there just a little bit. I'm by no means a professional at this, not even good at it, but I had to put the tarp back up. My mixing station. This is what I did with the fabric so that I could roll out what increments I want, and then I take that level and hold it across there on my mark so it's fairly straight and cut it off. But this side's all laid up. I had to put all kinds of shade structure up here to get this so it would quit burning me. Material, I mean. And it's pretty good. It's warm. It's still kind of tacky, but yeah, that's a joint right there. And it's I'm getting there, and this side's in the shade the rest of the day, so I might be able to get this all laid up today. I'm really hoping so. My gel coat came Friday. Today's Saturday. But still tacky. I didn't put any wax in it, so this is where my learning curve was. The sun started coming on me, so actually it's not looking that bad. I thought there was thought the edge was all messed up. Line down, but without my scaffold I can't really show you what I was thinking. Oh, like right here. It's really hard, but I'm gonna have to cut this out and redo it Oh, there it is. This spot too. It's hard. But it's not supposed to be like that. The rest of it I caught on and came up with a system. So I brought it down to this edge. Still tacky. Brought it down to this edge almost. Well, in most places it is. That way I can kind of feather this and make a paint transition on the edge, and then at a later time I can paint the sides. So I'm going to go through like that thing. I'll fill that in with lots of layers to make a patch there. The screws are there just for the glue to set up. Oh, should be pretty good. Pretty excited. This thing's finally going to be sealed up and waterproof-ish, I hope. My corners came out all right. I had to make a lot of little slits right here and just keep working it down. These white are from the paint gel coat underneath it, and I still got to put this piece in. They did tell me it was 54 inches. It only measures 50 inches, so my measurements were off. But okay. Alright, all the fiberglass is done. It got a little easier this afternoon. My buddy Johnny came out. He mixed up resin as I was laying it down. This was the final side. This side stays in the shade most of the day. So that's all laid down, and oh, it feels good. It was a long, miserable day. Finally had a break in weather. Was able to do it, but it is curing up nicely. And this side now, reach out the window. Making progress. Still have some material left over, so I can do the AC unit. I'm going to take off the roof and patch that spot. I pulled the generator out that was there, so I'm going to take this hatch. I'm going to take this hatch out, patch that, trying to make as many, the least amount of leaky spots that there could be. And then in the front I gotta lay up that, and that'll take some layers, so a little more work to do, but it feels good to have a sealed up boat. Alright guys, next day. So yesterday we got fiberglass all laid, thank goodness. Today I'm taking oscillating tool and I'm cutting off the part that's hanging down. So see how that fiberglass is hanging down? My knife wouldn't cut it. It's very hard. I'm gonna cut that off, and then I'm sanding around. I'll show you in a second. I got the other side done, so I'm cutting this off, and I'll sand all this so that it's a smooth transition on this edge. And then I'm knocking down these fibers with a piece of sandpaper. And I'm gonna get some gel coat on today. So I went through and sanded so that it goes up to where it's solid all the way through. I knocked all the fibers off. So this side is, now I got to put acetone on it to clean it all off, and then we'll roll some gel coat on. Hopefully this thing is white by the end of the day. Probably another long day. It's all been long the last 4 days. It has not been as easy as I thought it would be. So just keep plugging away. Things are happening now. Got sanded top and bottom. Got the edges all done. I have to sand this patch down, like here a little bit longer. But we started putting the gel coat on, rolling it on, and boom! Look at that. This is coat number 1, and it is a thin down coat with acetone. This is Bailey, my oldest daughter. So coat number 1, when this hardens up, then we do coat number 2 with non-thin down. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at that. And I didn't end up putting the crushed walnuts in it. If you're going to do it, you're supposed to do it in this coat. But the fiberglass has a little bit of texture to it. So let's go. So we're working towards us. Mixing up 1 quart at a time. See how this handles the hot weather. Alright guys, exciting times. Gel coat is done. It is sealed up. Now I only gel coated where I did all the fiberglass in the build. So did the primer coat, no wax in that, so it stays tacky, and then did the final coat after that, which doesn't take very long to cure up. I figured I was going to pull an all-nighter again, but it is done. Ugh. So I didn't do any of this back here, the back deck. That's for another time. My main goal was to get it all sealed up, because from the other videos you can tell it is completely open.
Are we filming?
Yep. And patch that front hole, because that's going to be a kitchen. I've said it 100 times. I know you're probably getting tired of hearing it, but this is going to be my outdoor kitchen. It is done. So 4 days of long hours, hard work, and we got this thing sealed up. I'll take my funky tarp off tonight. Thank you for watching. I decided to add one more shot. Took the tarp down. Actually looks like something. Thanks for watching, guys.